welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some fun stories for you today, so let's get started. First up, let's talk about Spotify and how they're using FOMO to take over the music streaming spotlight. There's no doubt you've seen someone you follow post their day list over the past few months. And the crazy part is that unlike the daily mixes that have been around for years, these are actually a solid mix of music you know and new music that makes you feel like the main character. It makes you delve deeper into the app and also lets you show off your vibe for the day, just like my melodic-based morning day list. Spotify is working to become the go-to streaming service, especially considering the heightened competition with Apple Music, but their personalization efforts have really made a difference. Spotify's Senior Director of Global Marketing explains, people that do use features like Daylist tend to be more loyal to Spotify. Then for those who aren't on Spotify, it does create a bit of FOMO. So for all you brands out there, remember that personalization is a huge benefit to the consumer. And for all the Apple Music listeners, just make the switch to Spotify already. Next up, let's chat about yet another nostalgic play. Miller Lite has brought their old tagline back from the grave, pushing the "Great Taste, Less Filling" slogan that originally launched in 1973 for the product that effectively spurred the light beer category. Although the decades-old tagline has sort of stuck around with the brand, it's been fully resurrected to pull on people's heartstrings, especially those who love sports. The original ad campaign featured sports greats like John Madden, but now they've expanded to include the new generation of all-stars like David Ortiz, Reggie Miller, and Mia Hamm. The tagline isn't the only thing they're bringing back from the dead, though. This nostalgic campaign is also in partnership with the last standing Blockbuster location. They've created the Beer Tape, which is just a beer glass shaped like a VHS tape from the days of yore when flavored seltzers and ready-to-drink cocktails were only a dream. But you can only get one if you go to the last standing Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon on March 28th. Creating a conversation is always a good way to get attention for your brand. Do you have a debate that's gone on as long as great taste or less filling? If so, you may just send your competitors running for the hills. Last up, and in some unbelievably entertaining news, brands are truly embracing the "graphic design is my passion" look to step away from the perfectly curated vibes we often see online. Take Nutter Butter, for example. If you've never seen the Nutter Butter page on Instagram, you're missing out on some absolutely unhinged, grainy, deep-fried content that aims to break up the monotony of social media, even though it feels like a modern art show gone wrong. Then there's the up-and-coming protein cereal brand called Surreal Cereal, which actually has beautiful packaging for their products. But the new year brought about low-effort billboards with typos, missing information, and a final product that looks like it was made with Microsoft Word art. This type of absurdist advertising targets Gen Zs who relate to the "I can't be bothered" sentiment. But there are also some brands that can really pull off this type of tongue-in-cheek humor. Hey, if you can make it work, you may gain some lifelong followers. That's it for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. Miller Lite has brought their old no, I'm sorry, I don't know why it's like tripping me up. If you go to the last standing Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, no, it's Bend. I know it's Bend. Yeah.
That's so true.